Hi everyone, welcome back to my A-level biology lecture series. In this lesson, we will explore multiple allele and their inheritance pattern. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to interpret and construct genetic diagram including Punnett square to explain and predict the result of monohybrid crosses that involve multiple alleles. Let's get started. So multiple allele means that there are more than two allele exist at the same gene locus on a pair of homologous chromosomes. Typically, we know that we always think about the allele will be either dominant allele or recessive allele, only two copy. But when there are more than two alleles, therefore, this condition is known as the multiple allele, and it has its unique inheritance pattern. A well-known example is the ABO blood group system in human, which involve three alleles, IA, IB, and also IO. These allele determine the type of antigen present on the surface of red blood cell. IA code for an enzyme that modifies the H antigen into the A antigen. So therefore, an individual with IA will not have H antigen. IB, on the other hand, code for another type of enzyme that modified the H antigen into B antigen. So an individual with IB allele, again, will not have H antigen. How about IO allele? So IO allele does not code for any enzyme, so therefore H antigen remain unmodified, and the person with IO, two copy of IO alleles will not have antigen A and antigen B. Let us look at the summary here. So a person with a phenotype blood group A, the possible genotype will be IA-IA, IA-IO, and because of the presence of IA code for the enzyme to modify H antigen into A antigen, so the antigens on the red blood cells will be A antigen. Similarly, for B, blood group B, the possible genotype is IB-IB or IB-IO. So the antigens on the red blood cells will be B because IB code for the functional enzyme that modify the H antigen into the B antigen. How about AB? AB then will be IA, IB. So the antigen on the red blood cells will be both IA, code for the enzyme that modify H antigen to A. At the same time, IB code for the enzyme to modify H antigen into B antigen. So therefore, there are two types of antigen, A and antigen B, on the red blood cell. However, for blood group O, the genotype will be IO-IO because like our enzyme, so therefore only have H antigen, or we say that they don't have antigen A and antigen B. So based on the example here and the possible genotype, we know that IA and IB are dominant over IO. So therefore, with one copy of IA and IB is enough to express the antigen A or B respectively. IA and IB are co-dominant. Another example, co-dominant. So individual with IA-IB genotype will express both antigen, resulting in the blood group AB. And agglutination test can help us to detect the presence of the antigen and confirm a person's blood group. So when a heterozygous male with blood group A is crossed with a heterozygous female with blood group B, the offspring may inherit any of the four ABO blood group, each with an equal chance. So you can see that the male parents with blood group A, female parents with blood group B, and you can see that because both of them are heterozygous, they produce two types of gametes. So for male parent, 50% of the gametes carry IA and another 50% of the gamete carry IO. Similarly to the female parent, 50% of the gametes carry IB and 50% carry IO. Let us look at the probability after the cross. So we can see that, okay, so the offspring or the children will have right? i.e. the blood group AB, blood group A, group B, and O with equal chance here. So what is the phenotypic ratio? Again, we won't be able to get 3:1 again in this case because this is not the normal types of monohybrid cross that involve only dominant allele and recessive allele. Here we involve multiple allele. So the phenotypic ratio, blood group AB, AB, and O, the ratio now will be 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 based on the probability. And with that, we have come to the end of this lesson. Hope you found it helpful and easy to follow. If you have any question, feel free to drop them in the comments section. See you in the next lesson and have a great day.